Hey everybody. Today I figured I'd change it up a little bit and talk about baseball cards. I know Clint from Swing Away Sports is going to be shocked and delighted. He seems to, I suspect that he is a fan of baseball card videos, just based on some previous dialogue. So the first thing I'm going to get into is some Diamond Stars cards. So here we have Earl Avril, a Hall of Famer. So I really, I'm having a bit of a glare problem here. I think it's because my video is pointing back at me, so I can see what I'm see. So see that? That is eternity. Anyway, I might need a new angle. Let me try a new angle. All right, let's see if this angle is any better. I'm sitting on the floor. So yeah, I think that I'll get it to work. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn the camera around. I think that's the play. All right, so I think this is gonna be better. And now get this card in here. I did show this card earlier, but this is my first Diamond Stars pickup, and it's Earl Avril, Hall of Famer. Nice career. Really love this card, and I really love the Diamond Stars set. One of my favorite 1930s sets. I'd say that, the thing that's so, I guess, much better about the Gowdy, like the 1933 Gowdy, I think it's 1933 and 1934. The 1933 set, I think, is that's the one that is the real big set. It's really that it's iconic. That makes it so big. I think if I was seeing cards fresh for the first time, I probably would prefer Diamond Stars. But being that there's sort of a visual history and nostalgia with the Gowdy set is definitely a preferable set for me. But I really like the Diamond Stars visually. I think they're really cool. And here's another card that I recently highlighted, but just showing it because it's also part of the set. Sam Rice, who has a very interesting and somewhat tragic story about experiences he went through. And then my newest addition is Kiki Kyler. And I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, that Kyler. But he's also a Hall of Famer. He definitely was a notable player of the day. And there's some really cool cards with him. I really like this picture, this photo, or not this photo, this rendering of him. I think it's super cool in the background, it's so vibrant. I saw a more rare card. I forget exactly what it's called, but it was a 1931 card that had the original picture of this. It was like one of those blank back cards that I'd be interested in at some point, because it's a cool picture. One thing about this card that I think makes it a bit special, I'm not sure what the hobby thinks of it, is it is a blue back. And it has him playing for the Reds. And I believe in 1935, he was traded to the Reds at the end of the year. And I think he played for the Cubs before that. So most of the cards that were printed have him playing for the Cubs. And they're greenbacks. And this one is a blue back. And there are way, way fewer graded bluebacks. Like way fewer. I haven't looked at it recently, but something like 400 cards graded of him, and something like a dozen or less are bluebacks. Something to that effect. So way less. So that added to the allure of this a bit for me. I'm not sure how much it matters in the hobby, but I thought that was cool. And then a couple of sets, and you can see in the background, a couple of years that I like a lot: the 1954 and the 1956 cards. Here's an example of, you know, a 1954 card that I really love, and I think this is one of those you know, great 2 grades. It's like eye appeal is way better than a 2, even though a 2 is probably a fair grade. But this 1954, love it. And then my favorite 1954 that isn't, well, I would much rather have a Hank Aaron card. Don't get me wrong. But one of my favorite looking 1954 cards is this one. This is one of the like the treasures of my collection, I would say. And then getting to 1956 cards, as we can see here, some really nice ones. This is a really nice one. It's in good shape. Mini Minosa. Sorry about the, you know, getting out of the blurring there, the autofocus. So, you know, Mini Minosa, obviously newly elected into the Hall of Fame, had a great career, former Negro League player. Really nice example of this card. And then when I showed this card earlier, which I mentioned that this is one of my favorite cards of the 50s, and it certainly is. And then I mentioned another card being actually, I'm going to take the cover off of this card as a 1956 Roberto Clemente. So this is a card I didn't have at the time. So this is also one of my favorite cards of the 50s, one of my favorite cards of all time. And so that's primarily the objective, is to go through the Diamond Stars and then a couple of 1950 sets. But I also, on theme with, I think, how I've been a little all over the place, I'm going to end with some mistakes that I've made in my early days of buying graded cards, which is not all that long ago. But here we go. The historic PGI grading system, 10, and then this is great because this shows like how reputable it is. These are 2 of the same. One is 2015, one is 2016. So, you know, good moves there. So this should be, the 2016 is right. And I got this one, and I said, you know, it's the year's wrong. The person I got it from, he said, okay, I'll send you another. So I got 2 for the price of 1 anyway. So, another, you know, this is the 2018. Thinking that, you know, I'll get it graded. It's a 10, Gem Mint. And then this is more than being the BCCG. This is the wrong card to get. But anyway, this is a rookie year card. I don't know how, I think it's worth like $3. Maybe it's up a little bit. I don't know. If it gets to $5, I'm banking. All right, guys. Thanks. I'll see you soon.